Hey guys, Future Soul here, really quick to just give you a little bit of a heads up. This recording is kind of on the older side. It's about a month old now. Me and Dom were just shooting the stuff and talking about possibilities for a Jump Force sequel or something within the Jump realm, getting another game, another major anime crossover fighting style game, whatever that may happen to be. Just wanted to put that out there on the very off chance that anything was or is announced that we may have missed and that I didn't know about or anything like that. And I just wanted to give you guys more consistent content, so I figured, hey, may as well put this one up. So enjoy this. This is going to be very podcast style, so enjoy the talking in the background. Some gameplay will be up there, and it'll be a nice chill time. Either way, I think that's about it from me. All right, pass Soul, pass Dom, go ahead and take it away, y'all. All right, what is good, y'all? Soul here. Welcome back to the story mode. Today, again, I am here with Dom.
What's up?
All right, and a couple of days ago, you guys most likely saw my video talking about how Jump Force could have been so much more than it was. Dom, you've played Jump Force. You've played your fair share of Jump Force. What were your thoughts on that game as a whole?
Look, Jump Force was a good... Let me take it back. When we first saw that trailer come out, that was like the craziest thing ever. What I hate is when anime tries to look like it's not anime. Everybody loves the self-shading aesthetic.
Yes.
That, like the Breath of the Wild, the Genshin Impact. That looks beautiful.
Exactly. I agree.
The Sparking Zero. It looks beautiful.
When it takes inspiration from that manga, very much more anime cartoony cel-shaded style, it's definitely a lot more appropriate than what they tried to do, which me and a lot of others were saying, like initially, when they were giving us Jump Force, it looked like they went straight into, what is that? Not Unity.
Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine, and just slapped characters in Unreal Engine with random models. It just...
That's exactly what it looked like.
On paper, it just did not look good.
It I liked... It looked different, so I could appreciate the fact that it looked different.
Yeah.
And for a time when it first came out, I felt like it was cool.
Yeah.
Kind of. But as time went on, I was like, dang, these graphics do not hold
up.
They don't. It looks high quality, but when you see Deku with bug eyes, ginormous bug eyes, you go like, yeah, that's just not
and then you see, now that I've seen Yu Yu Hakusho, seeing Yusuke in that style is just so jarring.
It's
gross, and it's unfortunate, but I don't know if you can agree with me on this, right? But one thing I do think Jump Force did right was the gameplay.
Yeah, I actually liked the gameplay for Jump Force, right? Because, okay, here's the thing, right? The gameplay was great.
The gameplay was fun.
It was fine. I'm now in the place where I want all of my games to play like Sparking Zero.
Yeah, at this point.
That's where I am now. But I liked it. I liked it. And when it comes to the gameplay, I liked how the characters felt like the actual characters. It's like it felt like some games you play, some characters feel like ditto versions of other characters. They really did not try to cut any corners when it comes to like making Goku. The models again did throw me off. Some characters looked okay with it. Like, Goku and Vegeta looked
okay.
They looked okay.
Goku and Vegeta were like whatever.
All Might looked like a freak.
All Might looked
disgusting.
Like he's supposed to be 7. We just looked it up. He's supposed to be like 7'6". They made him look short somehow.
They didn't.
And it's like it just looked gross and awful.
So the gameplay was cool. The character models were not. The graphics were okay. The graphics were cool. But again, you got to remember, the idea for Jump Force, and this is something I want to make sure we say, just in case your comment section, let's talk about it.
We'll see what happens.
The idea of Jump Force is that all of the anime characters came to the real world, I believe.
Yes, that was
it. Yes. So that's why everyone they look like human versions, even though they
tried to base it in reality, which is why they took the approach to make it look realistic.
Right. But they messed up. They should have flipped it. Bring us there. And whatever world we're in, we have the aesthetic of that game, of that world.
It's an anime-based game. Let's isekai ourselves.
What? Maybe
what are we doing?
Maybe it's because it's easier for them to pick one game aesthetic and roll with that. But why would we isekai all of anime?
No.
Like literally, one of the maps was like half of San Francisco, half of like another like anime mashed into it.
Exactly.
And it's like I don't want to see the the statues from Naruto from the valley, right?
Buried in Europe, like,
right? It's like I don't care to see that. No,
I mean, I don't know. I didn't hate that idea.
Look,
I thought it was
design-
kind of neat.
The design came across cool, but I hate the fact that it looked like they were trying to make it reality. I just didn't need that. Like, I like the overall concept was cool.
Yes.
But the execution of it made me uninterested in the cool concept.
Yeah.
So-
I don't know. It's a little bit of a mess there, but and that's why we're talking here today, right? There are ideas within Jump Force that were just they were cool. They were awesome. They gave us a custom character that utilized their own unique moveset. We had so many customization options, mostly in terms of clothing and stuff like that, to design our character and be able to, utilize that character to be able to just tackle some of our favorite franchises and stuff like that within anime, mostly within the Jump universe, within Shonen. And so that's why today I kind of want to just sit and just chit chat about some possibilities of a potential Jump Force 2 or a Jump Verse style game, right? Like, what would make a Jump Verse style game perfect? What can we learn from Jump Force, right? And so
I think, and I'm just pulling this up so I can see for reference myself. I honestly think J-Stars
Victory Versus
was the gameplay style of it was, I don't remember. I remember it not being like
it's more
they tried something new there too.
I didn't hate it, but it definitely was not as interesting as Jump. Like, it was definitely better. Jump as a franchise, as a series, worked a lot better as an arena fighter, I think.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun, and the style is closer, and I appreciate it, but I feel like this style is just too slow, too
gameplay
messy.
wise, right?
It's too messy.
Yes.
It feels more like a party game than a fighting
Like
game.
a battle royale type.
That's exactly
just a
what
bunch
it
of people fighting all at one time type. But
This would have
overall-
worked better as something like of an RPG or something like that, as opposed to a big battle royale party fighter.
Actually, and here's the thing, I think all anime games, including whatever the next Jump Force J-Stars thing may be, this is what we need to do for now on and forever. If Dragon Ball does it, we do it too. That's what they. If Dragon Ball, whatever they do,
literally, it's ironic. It's so ironic that it even applies to the games as well. Dragon Ball has always been the blueprint.
Yes.
Always. They have based everything. Dragon Ball has inspired everything to just so many formulas, to power and just fighting, to just the shonen era, or the shonen style.
Yeah.
It has inspired everything, and their games are the few to always do, most of the time at least, do it correctly.
That's a fact. So when you look at this, right, and you go like, okay, because again, Xenoverse 2, Xenoverse 1, Xenoverse 2,
the Xenoverse series,
and Jump Force have a kind of like similar-esque, not plot, but
no, it's actually the opposite, because Xenoverse is more along the lines of what you said. Not that we're
isekai.
We're kind of isekai, but not really. We're just a different. We're our own character that gets pulled through the time loop, whatever, and we are becoming basically an officer. An officer of time.
So,
essentially.
but then in Jump Force, you have in both Xenoverse and in Jump Force, the main villain is a brand new character. The main villain is a brand new character, and it's your job to meet all of the characters you know along your way and along your journey to stop this brand new guy from doing whatever brand new thing he was gonna do.
Ironically, both created by Akira Toriyama. Rest in peace. Fly high, my man.
So that's why I'm like, look. But one thing that Xenoverse did is they put you in the Dragon Ball universe. Why didn't okay, I'll ask you, it's your channel.
What you got?
How would we do it if the concept is that we'd want to be able to experience life in the worlds of these different animes throughout the story, right? But not have to come up with a brand new aesthetic every time. I remember the Fairly Odd Parents episode where like Timmy Turner's jumping in all the different TV episodes. Yeah, not that. So that they don't have to re-establish the look of the game every time we go from Dragon Ball to Naruto to whatever. But we're still able to go to these worlds and experience like we're playing a Dragon Ball unique game or a Bleach unique game.
I mean, this is gonna sound strange. I mean, as far as the style goes, gameplay I think gameplay could still work as is, like
Yeah, me
just
too.
as long as you focus on making the characters feel unique to themselves, as they are, that's totally fine. As far as an aesthetic, as far as style, and not having to worry about changing it as much, I think J-Star's Victory Versus is a fine way to do it. But also, honestly, I think taking the Smash approach. I think taking the Smash approach is essentially just as good. Where
what are we even talking about? What are we even talking about? Yes, the Wii Smash did it perfectly. That game was so.
Subspace Emissary?
Yes. How did that one go again? Did you go to those worlds and pick up people along the way? How did that one go?
Essentially, oh my goodness, it's been such a long time since I've played Subspace Emissary, but yeah, essentially, the worlds were already connected in a way, and Smash has kind of done that both with the story modes for both Subspace Emissary as well as Smash Ultimate, where the worlds are just kind of forcibly connected. And it takes their world, it creates one world. It's not like it's not like Jump Force where all of those worlds are just taken to Earth. It's all of those worlds are their own thing. They're like
country.
Exactly, they're essentially almost like countries, right? So essentially, Ness's universe and Earthbound, their Earth is now just part of the Smashverse.
Right.
Hyrule, whatever, that's now just part of the Smashverse that was created by the god that pulled them all together.
Right.
And essentially, that's how I could see them pulling something off with this, but essentially taking the Xenoverse approach, in which we have a character that either resides in one of those. And we pick kind of like a cyberpunk approach. All right, how are you starting? Are you
in the Dragon Ball?
Are you a Soul Reaper? Are you a ninja? Are you a spirit detective?
Right.
Are you?
I would have preferred that. I would have preferred that over, because something about that feels like it has more charm to it, more replayability than being one character who could just put the moves on from any verse. Because the way Jump Force is right now, when you create a character, you can have Kamehameha, you can have Rasengan, you can have like all these different stuff. You can have it on your character. But if they made it so like, hey, when you choose a Saiyan, it's now like the Xenoverse created character. When you choose a Shinobi, it's like the what's the Naruto game? The
Shinobi Strikers.
Shinobi Strikers.
Yeah.
Build system.
Exactly.
If you choose, you know what I mean. So yeah, you can choose from everyone in that verse, but you are essentially a character in that universe.
Exactly. And you're coming from that universe and essentially becoming like, okay, you're obviously they got to make it so that you become the center in some way, shape, or form, so that you become responsible for bringing all these characters together and yada yada yada. Obviously, for video game's sake, you need to be the strongest in the verse, which that always helps. That makes it really exciting, because that's one aspect that I've always loved about the Xenoverse games, is that story-wise, nobody holds a candle to your character.
No.
They have to make it that way, and that's totally fine, because that's what makes it so exciting,
right?
And so to be able to do something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I disrupted his chain of thought. I'm pulling up references that I would like us to like touch on as we're like talking.
What is Project Barbecue?
Oh yeah, it's an old MMO game that never actually came to be, I guess, or maybe it's still in works, but it never. But I'm just pulling it up for the look of it now. But you're just saying that you have to be the strongest.
But essentially, but you'd have to be the one to be like, okay, I gotta bring these worlds together, because there's obviously a bigger threat in store that we all need to work together to handle, and there's obviously gonna be a lot of strife and lies and deceit amongst all of these characters from these mashed worlds and things like that will not be able to get along as well, and so I feel like they could definitely find a way to make that work. I don't remember if they did it. I don't know how the story went in J-Star's Victory Versus, but I think it was a little bit closer to that, because it was essentially these worlds were somewhat connected in some way, shape, or form, and it was all just kind of like, oh, I need to get to this thing first, so I got to beat this guy down. It was just a lot of that on repeat. Right. But I feel like they could easily come up with more creative ways to, give that to these characters to make it so that we do have a reason to be fighting them, or to be fighting other people.
Now, obviously, when it comes to game graphics, right? We said that we dislike what the graphics have, like what they did.
Well, yeah, because they used Unreal. It was just Unreal.
It was just Unreal.
It was just fresh Unreal. That was it.
Obviously, everyone knows that Genshin Impact is beautiful, but people are also tired of always seeing the Genshin Impact like look in a lot of games. They're not.
They don't need to do that again.
Yeah, they don't. Breath of the Wild has that same like look in a sense. So honestly, the new blueprint to me for how anime games should look, Striking Zero. Striking Zero, right?
Sparking Zero?
Sparking Zero, yeah. Yeah, Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero is the new, like, that's the new look. That's it. You cannot sit here and
it's
tell
not that
me.
I don't disagree. It's just that it's hard to implement that in something like, again, like Yu Yu Hakusho and something like My Hero. It works for Sparky because it's literally that style. I mean,
it's their drawn style. It's essentially
the manga style. It is
right.
the anime art style of Dragon Ball. That's why it works.
Here's the thing. Maybe you'd have to find a middle ground. But when you have a game that feels just as anime as the anime, then you know you're doing something right. And I think the only game, I think Naruto, Shinobi Strikers does not feel that way.
Shinobi Strikers doesn't look good to me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look. I never really liked it.
I don't like I think
I never really liked
the primary problem that I have with Shinobi Strikers is the texture.
They tried to give it an anime look.
They tried to give it a manga look.
Yeah.
They tried to pull like straight from the panels type beat, and it's like, I don't know. They just didn't do a great job to me. Like the Storm games all look better to me than Strikers, and that's really unfortunate because Strikers had the potential of all of those games combined.
But like and I think anime games as a whole is heading in a new direction. Because if you see the new Bleach game,
Rebirth of Souls has a
literally
style.
it has a more anime look to it. It's not just like it reminds me of the Kill la Kill game. Like the sky for Rebirth of Souls is looking really good. So I'm thinking the first step they went wrong is trying to make it Unreal or making it Unreal. When you can use Unreal Engine, that's fine. But
as a base, that's fine.
But
like,
right.
You need to be able to build around it. You need to be able to make a creative style that kind of blends with that, because that base bland realistic style that had a cap the moment you showed it to us.
Yep. And you know what game actually looks very good? The One Punch Man game. The One Punch Man game.
The One Punch Man game does look good.
The One Punch Man game looks good.
It has a fine style to it.
It looks like everything. Maybe if they had a bigger budget, like it could have looked higher quality. Because it kind of looks like it was a PS4 game. Okay, good. Yeah, that makes sense. It looks like a PS4 game or like last generation PS3 vibe to it.
Something like that, yeah.
But I think that's just this game. I could tell did not have the greatest budget ever.
No, absolutely not. They did what they had. They worked with what they had.
Right.
I can appreciate them for that, but unfortunately, that was just not the way for a game like this.
Right. But the mobile One Punch Man game.
One Punch Man. That's a different ball game entirely.
Have you seen what that one looks like?
Not really. No.
If they were to do anything with it, like Jump Force wise, I think we're starting to head in like a really good direction. This is the mobile One Punch Man game.
Wow.
Yeah, it plays really, really well too. So, like when you look at the mobile One Punch Man game, the city looks really good. The character models look pretty good. And again, this is mobile. This is mobile. It looks competitive to what they did on the console for One Punch Man. If not like, a little better in my opinion. I think I like it a little more.
It definitely looks good. It looks a little stiff, but
oh yeah, again, phone.
Yeah,
you know
mobile.
So, like,
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But
yeah. So when it comes to like the graphics for a game like a new Jump Force, I would want it to have that cell shading look. I want it to feel anime. You don't have to lean all the way into one direction like a Sparking Zero, or lean all the way into one direction like a Kill la Kill If. Which, if any game was ahead of its time,
it was Kill la Kill.
There
was nothing. They're definitely going to be seeing gameplay for all of these on the screen and everything like that.
Okay, cool.
But don't worry about whatever. But Kill la Kill If definitely. If you guys have never seen that game is absolutely astounding for its time.
Oh my goodness.
It just had a unique style about it. The fighting was actually really fun. We played it twice or something.
Yeah.
Before we were just like, all right. Well,
if you want the footage of that, you could throw it on your channel as the game you forgot. You can have it.
I was thinking about that. I gotta find that.
I was thinking about I have them both. I know where they both are.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have 2 videos of it, I believe.
Oh my
so,
goodness.
Yeah, but no, of all the games to look like its anime counterpart,
Kill la Kill did it right.
Did it so well, and it was so ahead of its time. The only reason it didn't do as well as it could have was because Kill la Kill is a fan favorite within the niche of anime.
Exactly. Like,
so
it's one of those games that unfortunately, like, as good as it is, as beloved as it is by the people that do love it, which is a lot of people, the ceiling was too low.
Yeah.
There was really nothing much you could do with a game like this as soon as it's released. Like, on release, we had most of the roster.
Actually.
We had most of the characters that were important to Kill la Kill, and we were good. Like, there's not much more to do. There's really nothing else you could do with this. The ceiling was too low, too fast, and that really sucks because this game was beautifully developed, and it was just it just came out at a very unfortunate time with a very unfortunate. I'm not gonna say unfortunate IP or anything like that because Kill la Kill's beloved. I love Kill la Kill. I've watched it like several times, but yeah,
it just could have done.
There was nothing. Well, that's the thing. There was only so much it could do.
Right.
With what it did have, it did great.
It did great.
And that's what sucks.
Limited stages, limited characters. Like, it was really, but man, it had love.
Yeah, it had love and it had care, but it was just too easy to burn out on.
Yep.
And that's unfortunate.
So let me ask you this: if we have, we talk about like the graphics and stuff, but what do you think about characters?
I mean, as far as characters, that's the beauty. That's the thing. Like, we've come a long way with shonen lately, where we could easily see Jujutsu.
Yeah.
We could see Demon Slayer characters. We could see even I don't. Does this count? No, that's not Shonen Jump.
What?
Attack on Titan.
No, it's not Shonen.
Okay, well we've come a long way. You know, we've seen a lot of characters within the Jump universe as it's expanded over the last couple of years, and there's even characters that we haven't seen that we didn't see in Jump Force, like what's his name, Toshiro or. What's the blue-haired guy? He did a crossover with Dragon Ball and One Piece.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you like if you saw him, you're like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about him,
no.
But you know he's part of the Jump Force. There's just one of those things where there's so much of the Jump universe already, but the Jump universe has expanded a lot to the point where we could easily see more. And for them, and we're in an era where we love guest characters. We love guest characters in any fighting game that we ever get, right? Which is why everybody right now, even me, I'm hopping on Guilty Gear Strive because we're getting a Cyberpunk Edge Runners character.
Oh, wow.
A Cyberpunk anime character. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
So, you know, as an anime dedicated game, to have guest characters, that would be, I think they should absolutely do something with that. Like, to be able to see, like, yeah, we have all these cool characters from the Jump universe and stuff like that. In base, that's perfectly fine. But then we could see characters like Ryuko pop up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could see characters like, that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Right.
Rimuru. To be able to see Rimuru pop up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he might be Jump. Is he not?
I don't think he's Jump.
You sure?
I don't believe so.
I think it would make sense because of the
I don't know. No, I don't think he is.
Okay.
Reincarnated as a slime is not Jump.
Either way though, yeah, I don't think it's Jump. I don't think it's Jump. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think one thing though, there's two things that I really want though. One, don't even out all the characters. I don't want to feel like everyone's even like strength. That's how I felt in the last game. Is he Jump? No. Okay, yeah. So that's how I felt in the last game. I felt like they evened everyone out.
Well,
so,
no, I think that's fine.
I personally, like, even when you play like you play really any standalone game, any non-Jump game, the characters are the characters. So like Dragon Ball, it's very clear who is a stronger character in the game and who's a weaker character in the game. And it just is what it is. If I pull up on someone with a gun, if I use...
Whoa.
No, I mean, like, there's a character in Jump Force who really just uses guns.
Oh, yeah, the cop. I forgot about him.
He should not be... I should not go online and have a death match with Goku. And then, like, be like, oh, because the Goku...
Like,
because the guy's...
be possible to win.
Right. Now, if the guy just knows how to... He's better at fighting than I am, then great. The mechanics for Jump Force don't really allow room for skill to be, like, a huge component. because it was really just combo until you have a special ability.
That's true.
That was really it. Combo until you have a special ability, and even the combos weren't like, it was super, super basic.
Yeah.
Super basic combat. So, and then the other thing was, so that's personally what I want. I just want more. If I'm Goku, I want to feel like I'm Goku. And I want to feel like the only person who can, I'm not saying make it accurate, right? Nine-Tails Naruto. Like QB mode Naruto.
Yeah.
Or Chakra, Sage Six Paths Chakra Naruto. Could be on the same tier as Goku. Realistically, no.
Base level.
Right? Yeah, okay. Right. But I'm saying, like, realistically, no.
Realistically, no. But like in game format,
compared to a cop, yes, you know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair.
So that's how I feel. But obviously, the other thing is, the story mode needs more love. We had the blandest, barest cutscenes ever.
That's
exactly.
exactly
It
what I
was
was
basically just the
thinking.
3D models looking at each other. Man, even just give us voice-overed still frames of like drawn still.
At that point,
even do that instead.
Give us like, honestly, I think they would be smart in giving us a manga.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I mean, obviously, you know, there's only so much you can do with that because that could potentially become a mess depending on who you have. But somebody professional within the Jump, you know, facilities, you know, that knows these characters, knows how to draw, whatever. Having them all in a very, you know, similar style, you know, doing the best you can. I feel like having a story in a manga format would be totally fine.
Me too.
You know, if there was any time for it to be absolutely appropriate to have a comic style or dialogue or visual novel-esque situation, it would be a game based on the biggest manga all the biggest manga known to mankind.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I would think so. So
yeah, you know, like the way they gave us that story was very boring. It wasn't fun to look at. It was like it was just a bunch of reading of and rant stills, and just like the character models were just unpleasant to look at already. So having them do basically nothing when interacting with each other was really, really boring.
Yeah.
I want to be able to see.
I want to see the temper of Bakugo and the temper of Vegeta.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I want to feel that moment. And yes, it takes more time, but this is supposed to be a huge game. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be the game that you give that time to really flesh that out.
Yeah, and there is one thing that's super important to me with games like this, especially. They need to start giving us more quick time events.
Yeah.
And they need to give us cutscenes along, kind of in the realm of Ultimate Ninja Storm, the Ultimate Ninja Storm story modes, where you are involved in these fights. Like, if there was ever an appropriate time to give us quick time events and very heavy cutscenes where we're, you know, you gotta have we have us up against, you know, 1,000 clones of Naruto's or something like that. I want to be able to see them doing it, man.
Right.
I want to see that animated. You know, it obviously, you know, that's a budget, that's a big thing, whatever. But yeah, if we need to have a solidified style, and we need to be able to utilize that style in actual cutscenes. Jump Force never gave them that opportunity to have stuff like quick time events, to have these really over the top cutscenes where we're actually, you know, there's actual animations and things like that. They never took advantage of that, and that really, really sucks to me. It's really sad.
What would I'll give you mine first, just so you know where I'm going with this question. So, because again, I also thought the storyline for Jump Force was terrible. Like, I just did not think that was good.
It wasn't good.
It was just like farted. It was farted out. They did not put in much effort into coming up with the story for that.
No,
it was terrible. And then you had Light Yagami, I think. I don't know what he was doing.
He had no business.
He was just around. He was just around, which
I didn't even know Death Note was Jump.
Yeah, he was just like existing, I guess, and like he was pulling strings from the shadows, but we don't know what strings he was pulling. He was just existing, I guess.
I think he did something. I don't remember.
It
wasn't anything significant enough to care or remember, though.
No, and if it was significant, it was that unimpactful. It was that like maybe it was significant to the story, but it did not leave an impression on us.
No,
we just said okay. That happened.
It was uninspiring. It didn't leave anything noteworthy for the story in any way.
So, you know, and I'm not saying these are better ideas. Obviously, I'm coming up with this at this very second. But, you know, all of these animes, one thing all these animes have in common is they always have some evil organization. You have the Phantom Troop, you have the Akatsuki, you have what's it in Bleach?
Well, it depends. The Arrancar.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. In Demon Slayer, you have the demons,
The
but the
demons or
upper,
the upper
moons.
moons.
So like every anime has their evil group, and I know it's very obvious to go the route of combine all the evil people on the evil group, and then make all the good guys on the good group, right? That's a very easy route to go. But wouldn't it be interesting if, say, you took all the evil people and put them on an evil team, but none of them got along?
Yeah.
Like, that would be fairly interesting to see the cutscenes and the dynamics. And honestly, maybe
yeah, they do that very often.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe not. Here's the thing. Maybe the Jump Force story as it wasn't as bad, but the storytelling was horrible. So we didn't feel like we were in the story really, because the cutscenes was just a Unreal Engine 3D model of Vegeta staring at the camera with his bug eyes, talking with voice like text, kind of, right? Or did it have actual dialogue?
No, it was just text. It was just text.
Yeah, like maybe if they went the Ninja Storm route and actually had the actual cutscenes, and you really felt like a new moment was about to start, and you really felt this stuff, but maybe the story didn't feel as bad. But look, if anybody could come up with a good story, it's the people over at the Ninja Storm team, because
CyberConnect?
They were just making up Naruto stories at one point.
I'm telling you right now, if CyberConnect was in charge of the next Jump game,
bro,
they could cook. Because one thing that I feel like I was gonna make a video on this later. Demon Slayer, even as it wasn't necessarily bad.
No.
It was rushed for sure.
Yeah.
But you could tell like there was effort in there in recreating a lot of those cutscenes and recreating the magic the best they could. And the way the game felt was incredible. CyberConnect, they have a magic touch when they're able to do what they want to do.
Right.
And I feel like your vision there, they are definitely the development company to be able to realize something like that. Absolutely.
Yeah. They just didn't have enough come out with the base game to keep it afloat. Like there was a lot of stuff that wasn't in the initial release of the game that people felt should have been there, so the game died early. And then no one was interested in coming back. So, you know, it's there's no any answer. Honestly, my dream game would be to be able to create my own character, choose what anime I'm from, be in that world, and literally travel to other anime worlds, like travel and connect and interact with the different characters. Right. And when I travel to that world, the aesthetic of the game feels like it changes. I go from the cell shading in one universe to a more grunge, realistic look in another universe. To a more, now that's my dream Jump Force game. Yeah. Will they do that? No. Should they be able to do that? Yes, because they should take the time and add the funds to a game that has all of the greatest IPs that they have in
that's
one game.
Ever existed to mankind. Like,
so yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely get behind that. I'm with you. I would definitely, my dream game. I mean, I kind of talked a little bit about it in my previous video, but essentially, I just need the concepts of Jump Force, and I'm fine with it being an arena fighter, but I kind of want some more RPG elements as well. Yeah. Being able to, yes, the primary arena fighter, that's the main mode, doing whatever, but it would be fun to, interact in other ways with other people, doing like kind of some raids. I was saying like one thing that would be really cool is to be able to take all of our custom characters and be able to fight, big bad enemies from, Jump universe. Such as like Harudagon, for example, from the Dragon Ball movie. Right. Like big, super bad enemies, Bojack, whatever. And just to be able to do stuff like that to make it just more interactive. Throw in a battle pass, man. Throw in some unique stuff that'll, maybe not a battle pass, but that is a crazy thing, but you get what I'm getting at. Yeah. Just something that on a continuous basis that makes it worth interacting with the game for. Being like, oh, I see this item that I want from, this shonen property has made it into this game. I want that for my character, or this move, or that move, or this costume for this character, and things like that. Because there's just so many ways you could do it. I just want a continuous, fun Jump universe style game.
Me too. So, yeah, those were my thoughts.
Yeah, but I mean, that just about wraps it up for me too. I guess, for now, I guess it's just gonna stay a dream because we don't know what's gonna happen with another potential Jump style game because. They did it with J-Star's Victory Versus. That came out oh my god, when did it even come out?
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
That'd be like what, 2014, 15.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that, and we nothing to show for it. Jump Force has been delisted for the last like 6 years or something like that for whatever reason, which really, really sucks.
You can't
honestly,
buy it.
You have to buy a physical copy. There's no way to buy it
What?
No way. You have it.
Oh yeah. Well, if you bought it digitally, I have it, but I can't now buy it on Steam.
Yeah, you can't now.
No,
buy it on Steam.
it's off of. I believe it's off of Steam. I think it's off of everything.
Yeah, no, you can't get it anywhere.
Yeah.
And that really, really blows, because I did enjoy Jump Force for what it was.
I don't know why they did that. Yeah, it's off. It's off Steam.
Somebody said it was because of the licensing's expiring.
Oh, I think that's exactly what it is.
But which makes sense, but like obviously they would renew that if they had a reason to.
If the game was doing well. If the game
was popping like that, but unfortunately that's just the way it works. But overall, hopefully they buck up. And we are seeming to entering a new era of anime-style games where they're really starting. It seems like they're putting in a little bit more effort this time around. Sparking Zero's looking amazing. The new Bleach Rebirth of Souls looks really exciting. I cannot wait to get my hands on that. We'll see what happens with the next Naruto game. I think that's what's going to really determine where we are in the state of anime games, because I know another Naruto game has to be on the horizon somewhere, or possibly, I don't know.
Oh, that's a notification.
Yeah, but either way, I guess that just about does it for us. So we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. But before we do, tell us everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Do you think that we're on to something? Would you guys love to see another Jump Force game with more RPG elements, more customization, just more jump in a more stylized fashion? Or are we absolutely insane? Y'all don't want to see anything of the sorts. We need to be in an asylum. Tell us everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I am always going to be down there with you guys. But with that, it does appear to be skedaddle o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and do just so. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. We truly do hope you enjoyed. Do us the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this here. And with that, we're gone. So thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Do me the greatest favor, taking good ass care, and we'll see you all next time.